Hi everyone, this is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Thank you as always for supporting this channel in whatever way you choose to. Thank you also for your wonderful comments on my previous reading where I looked at King Charles' chart and also the very disturbing, well I found it disturbing, chart of Donald Trump. For those that are wondering what I do on this channel, if you've just tuned in or you're a new subscriber, I do a variety of readings from travel vlogging to a little tiny bit of ghost hunting and also political tarot and these wonderful spirit files that are pretty much direct channelings on various themes. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm not doing a political reading. Anything can wait until the end. Well, I was going to say till later on this week. We'll see. Of course, if we have anything that looks a little bit dicey, I'll get on and read as necessary. However, today is for a spirit files channeling. The reason that I'm doing this is because one of my viewers on my Facebook page said, have you uploaded a new Spirit Files channeling? And if so, what is the link? And I thought, well, no, I haven't done a Spirit Files for a long time. Maybe it's time to do this. And so I've been in conversation with one of my sisters, and we were talking about the theme of joy, happiness, local communities, you know, when it all gets really too tough going, rather than living in that social media world, which, let's face it, whether you're clicking on something from CNN or the Murdoch news, fake news, phone news, or if you're on any sort of a forum, it can get quite overwhelming and quite negative. And we were talking about the need really to move away, not just in a simplistic way, move away from following those rabbits down holes, but to start to live with face-to-face interaction and reconnecting with the ways that we make our communities successful. Wherever your place is, if it's in advocacy, if it's in political action, it's important to do something about whatever your worry or concern is, not just to sit with it. So one of the other themes, I guess, or like themes that came up was the ability to be joyful, even when the chips are down. Even when you've got things going wrong with your health, things going wrong in your relationships, how do we maintain being in that present moment, and of course experiencing the joy that is our birthright? And the key to this is being in the present moment. And if we are giving away our peace of mind or giving away our present moment to go and chase down some kind of something, we're not opening ourselves up for the information that Spirit, the Creator, God, Christ, is trying to give us. And that really keeps us, in a way, keeps us honest, not only with ourselves, but with other people as well. So if you're here watching this right now, be here, be in this present moment, and let's see what the channeling, what the Spirit, Great Spirit will give us. These are just names for one thing, and the one thing is, I guess some would refer to Great Spirit as God. Right, let's get going. Let's just tune in for a minute. Okay, I've got a woman here. She has long flowing hair, and for some reason she's wearing glasses and smiling at me. It's the mother. It's the mother energy, because everything is energy, isn't it? So whether you're male or female, I would say the mother energy, not necessarily our mothers, but that could be. If your mother fulfilled that nurturing for you, the mother energy is all about nurturing yourself. That cuts across genders. So, yes. There's also something about gathering things, not leaving the basket empty. So maybe that will become apparent a little bit later on in this reading about what we need to do. And voice. I'm getting clairaudiently using your voice. Always say yes. Say yes to using your voice. It's a very positive, powerful phrase. Say yes to using your voice in a way that gives you peace and gives others peace too. So I was going to title this Spirit Files, whatever number it is, and joy. But when I opened up for the reading, I immediately got the word peace. Peace is joy, whether it's internal or external issues or events that are affecting our levels of joy or our ability to live joyously. Peace holds joy's hand, basically. All right. I'm using a number of decks for this. Let's get started. The Shamanic Healing deck, which is a new deck that I've got. The Mystical Shaman Oracle. The Rose Oracle. And finally, the Celtic Tarot deck. Okay. I hope that, well, I'll ask that Spirit be with me during this reading. Removing any energetic knots or blocks. I can see them dissolving away around this area of my sacral chakra, which is about wisdom and learning. Dissolving any knots there, any resistance that we might be feeling, and tuning right into this moment. This moment is for all of us. Tell me about joy. What do I need to know about joy? What is joy? What is joy? What is joy? That old saying, sleep, I would say peace, but it's sleep knits up the ravelled sleeve of care. What do we care about? Look at what we're caring about and do an audit. Do an audit of what you're caring about. See how it stacks up. Stacks up to your joy and your peace. What do we need to know about peace? Trust. Letting go. Changes. The world is experiencing or has experienced rapid change. Too quick for us, too quick for the checks and balances. We are awash in a sea of information, some of it good, some of it bad, some of it actually malevolent, some of it designed to take us out of our present moment. Because when we're out of our present moment, we become vulnerable to apathy, we become a little bit defenseless, and we allow the agendas of others to come on through. Abundance, okay, in the here and now. This reminds me a bit of the Three of Pentacles, working with others, being in step with others, aligning ourselves with others is part of the message of this card. But abundance is what we are all moving toward. You know, abundance. We have joy when we're not going without. And somehow, if we do that audit of what I care about, we might just see that we are more abundant than what we think. Remembering that this mass age of technology opens us up for agendas that may not be right for us. And only we can make those decisions. Ancient wisdom. So this is like a deep rock, deep bedded deep-bedded, ancient. I'm just getting the river metaphor here, which contains so much wisdom. Wisdom around letting go. Wisdom around not putting blocks in your way, knots, energetic knots. Again, coming back to what do I care about? Time for an audit. Flowing, going with the flow and letting go, resistance. So much of today is about resistance, but it's a far more softer strength that will permeate and flow through to achieve the changes that we want. It's all energy. If you desire and want to manifest joy and peace, soften. Base of the pack is teaching. We are all teachers, absolutely all teachers, because of what we've been through. There is collective and individual wisdom within us all. What do you want to teach others? The masculine energy. The masculine energy. If you are a female, when you're watching this, as a female watching this, what do you want to teach the masculine? You have the ability. In fact, the Celtic Tarot, I thought, will I use this or will I use the light seers or something like that? And I thought, no, the Celtic women were approached for their wisdom, consulted about where they wanted pathways to go, whether a clan needed to move, what were the signs, being in the present, and creativity. This is sort of like the Three of Cups, the wellspring, coming together, supporting each other, and also using, a good definition of creativity is that river. The ability to flow, not to resist, but to flow in perhaps even a new pathway to explore. And reunion of souls. Reunion of souls. This is a not heavy. So much of what we face is around this and the ancestral wounds, the familial patterns. And understanding that there is a song about reunion, that we all go home, that we all are reunited. And it's about perceiving that new day. So, how can I say it? I don't want to say don't overburden yourself with what you don't need. If you do, what do I care about? Audit, you will automatically loosen those burdens. So it's around actually taking action, whatever that action might be, to address what is burdening you. And using your own insight and perceptions to guide your way forward. Joy, how do we get to that joyful place? And I'm hearing or feeling or seeing it's a step up that you can make at any time simply through adjusting your perceptions. I know that's an easy thing to say, harder to do, but stay in the present moment and it will make that easier. Be in the present moment. How do we be in the present moment? Now I'm getting a masculine energy here, doing. So very much the masculine, feminine archetypes are about doing with the masculine, feminine perception, going, understanding the flow, and you bring those two together and you've got being able to live in this present moment, because your understanding surpasses, I guess, your wounds. Okay, show me, how do we stay in this present moment, please? How do we stay in this present moment? So we have the Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, and scarlet codes. So again, this expressing yourself, taking action on what you want. It's not good enough. Sorry, it's not good enough to blame others for whatever is making you unhappy. We are the sum of our choices. We are where we are because of the choices that we made. And the brutal, sometimes brutal truth, and this is where I always go to my existential crisis, is, but what about the things that happened to me that I didn't deserve? There was no way that I could know they were going to happen. I didn't seek them out, etc. Well, that's a very superficial view of the tapestry of life. What you've experienced in your past makes you also what you are now. And what you are now is the sum of your strengths as well. The sum of your learning and the sum of your strengths. Joy, the sun, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. I mean, that is a simple sentence, but so much packed into it. Being in the present moment, allow yourself to experience. I noticed the light there. Experiencing joy, lightening your burdens, allowing yourself to flow, not resisting, having that faith. For me, not resisting means having faith. When you don't resist, you allow the flow to occur, and you understand that there is divinity, always divinity, guiding you, giving you, as my sister said to me this morning, as much help as they can. Life force, everything is energy. You can have success today. Think about it. You can have success today. How? By being in the present moment and examining one thought. What have I been successful at? What has been my one success that I was very happy about, that I was very pleased about? If you have vitality, then be grateful for it. That's a success. If you have health and well-being and vitality, kudos to you. Rapture, sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, and pleasure. And of course, this can all be found in our closest of relationships, in our relationship with ourselves. This self-love, what gives you peace. For me, peace is high on my agenda. So we've all got the ability to experience joy and also peace if we let ourselves, if we take action to attain that. Come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. And that's the old-fashioned manifestation. Throw the intention out there. I want to experience joy. I want to experience peace. Police. I don't want to experience police. Police, what you're allowing in to disrupt you, to make yourself feel, to take away from your well-being. All right, I'll just have a sip of my coffee. Not sure coffee is so esoteric, but it's certainly nice. Before it gets cold. All right, let's another spray. These sprays aren't available worldwide, so good sprays can be found just by Googling, meditation spray, chakra balancing spray in your own country. That's the best way of finding the right, because it works on smell. It's an energy. It works on the subtle energies to lift your vibration. All right, the Mystical Shaman Oracle, always a good one by Colette Baron Reid. I've had this for a number of years. Always a good one to... She has hit the spot between the middle realm or the earthly realm and slightly above that. I don't know what that realm is, but it's a very earth energy type of deck. All right, so... she's hit a spiritual, our human spiritual capacity. That's the spot she hits with this deck. Okay, so I'm just going to ask what messages are in relation to the themes of joy and peace in the midst of change. Oh, I'm seeing a beautiful... Okay, so I'm seeing... Oh, I wish you could see this. I'm seeing... like the wingspan of a bird. And out of that wingspan comes an Ace of Cups, which is all about emotional healing and resetting, freedom of the emotions. Okay, so what messages do you have for us, please? What messages do you have? So we have here the hummingbird. I'm glad I pulled that. The hummingbird is quick. The hummingbird is air energy. The hummingbird brings a message about, okay, it's about action. So being in the present moment, we think we're not moving, but we are, because attaining that present moment perception, you've got all this work that is going on in the background that you've done to actually attain that. So if you're feeling like you need healing, you need to take some sort of action. Middle world 3 and 6. I talked about the middle world, didn't I? The middle world, the earthly realm. And of course the bird's strong symbolisms here. That is one of my, it is my totem. We've got crows in this particular deck, and this is around messages. Be open to messages from Spirit. Be open to the messages from Great Spirit. Get into that present frame of mind. I know you're going to want practical tips on that, and we'll do that later on in this video. And the Sorcerer. It's like a conjuring up of this state of present, but allowing what you've attained, whether it's in this life or other lifetimes, allowing the wisdom to operate in the background while being in the present moment is almost like you will go in the right pathway. You won't veer off. You won't have that lesson that'll bring you onto that pathway, because you will automatically be on that. And that's where you find the joy and the peace and the wisdom to attain that kind of happiness. Base of the pack, the rattle, sacred space. Present moment. Being in the present moment, not being vulnerable to the agendas of others. And this is what we face at this time, with this quickening of technology, of intrusion into our privacy, of the other thing I was talking about with my sister this morning, this data mining and, flagrant abuse of our technology exists at every point. Whether we do a transaction, whether we go on Facebook, whether we go on Instagram, whether we, it's around our information being captured. And it is also around, once that information's captured, allowing others with agendas to come through in subtle ways that we don't really even know about. The marketing email that we receive, the algorithms that bring us to certain things, it's like we're not controlling. So being in the present moment doesn't mean switching off. It means being very present and being in the driver's seat and not allowing others and other people's agendas, known or unknown, to steer the rudder of our ship on that river. All right, so just through the Celtic Tarot here, yeah, we do need to face the truth. You can't bury it. You can't hide it. You need to face it. That's part of taking the action. You need to not throw your stuff onto other people. Regurgitate it all over everyone else. It's about being honest with yourself. Being in that present moment. You will perceive the truth in a gentler way, and you will be able to course correct as needed. And that is the Empress energy. That is control. And control's not a dirty word. It's about you being the captain of your ship, the mistress, master, whatever, of the path that you travel in this lifetime. Then you make honest, open, wise choices. Okay, and then you don't carry the burdens of those choices. Okay, because they're done in full awareness. All right, so much in this reading. I'm just seeing a temple. You are your own temple. Don't worship at the temple of false gods. The God is you. You are the God. All right, show me how do we achieve joy and peace? How do we achieve this in a really practical sense? How do we achieve joy and peace? So we have the Eight of Wands. She is clearing that pathway. Insight. She's able to allow those insights to come toward her so that she knows very well where she is walking, and she has her animals, her spirit animals, her protective animals that go with her, the bravery of the wolf, the cunning of the fox, the stoicness of the badger. She walks, and she's the master of her own destiny here. The wheel of fortune, allowing abundance to come to her or him, allowing that fortune to change. We have the Page of Cups. There's that cup, being able to pick up that cup solidly so that when things are going to come out of the blue and surprise you, they're really not going to be a surprise, are they? Because you're going to have been like that hummingbird, having done that work, that ancient wisdom. And so you've got this cup here of happiness and joy. It's the happiness and joy and abundance of the emotions. And here's our river. I'm glad I chose this deck. The Nine of Wands in the past, this is almost like that card that I pulled out around ancient wisdom with the barriers here, the ancient wisdom, really knowing where to put your feet, where to tread, where the vulnerabilities will lie. You can't do that without awareness, and you can't do that without present awareness, being in the present moment. And we have victory. Victory almost through the doorway here, opening up another pathway and doorway so that you can go through that. And I do believe have the victories in your life rather than the continual lessons. So here we're looking at bedrock stuff. What is happening to me and why? The Ace of Pentacles. This just is so much around abundance, paving the way for that abundance to come to you, knowing that that also is your birthright. We hear so much about we're here to learn this lesson, we're here to suffer this pain, we're here to this, we're here, you know, all things are going to go to pot, you know, the world is going to, we hear so much of that really, that stuff that weighs us down. But within all of that, you have the ability to chart your own course, to make good choices. And we have justice here. That's how you achieve divine justice. This is a karmic card. And I don't want to just blithely say, you know, this is around, you know, working out your karma in this life. No, this is divine. Divine justice is attainable in this life. And, you know, that is the real meaning of ascension. The Eight of Pentacles, the skill. The Eight of Pentacles, the skill. Look at these elemental energies attracting to you what is for your, attracting to you what is joyful and what is peaceful. And when you've got those two things happening, you then get happiness. You then get to that present moment, because you can't feel, if you can't really feel, I mean, you can, unless you're in the present moment, you can feel fear or optimism in the future, which are conditions. You can feel regret or nostalgia or gratitude when you're in the past. But when you're in the present, you feel joy. You can feel joy and you can feel peace in a split second. In a split second. That is the abundance that I am talking about, and that is the wisdom of the emotions and the Queen of Wands, the passion that drives us forward in that river that I have spoken about, that river of our emotions. Okay, let's just see if there's any final. I'm just seeing someone offering a cup. That cup of love is yours. That cup of joy, that cup of peace, the nutrients that feed our beautiful, positive feelings and emotions in the present moment is yours for the taking. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that this reading has given you something. It certainly, as always, with these spirit files and channelings, gives me a lot. So thank you for allowing me to give this that I give to myself, to you as well. That's my exchange and my covenant to you. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.